Postgame, you guys seem to have it in control, and then of course they pushed in the fourth quarter, took a lead, then took it to overtime. What were you guys talking about stretching through that overtime and fighting for the win?
They're a very good team with a very good coach, and those guys are some fighters. They're very talented and resilient. We knew that they'd continue to fight without Al there. We expected that Bud would put a lineup out there, would try to speed it up, and allow T to create on the floor. So we just knew we had to stay with it because this is a tough game. This is a very, very important game for them. Luckily for us, we came out with the W.
You've been in so many crunch time situations with LeBron between Miami and here, but seeing him tonight fight through the cramps that David Blatt said he had and other injuries, hit those two big shots in overtime, what do you see when you watch him do that?
You just know. I mean, he's relentless. He's going to continue to go. And even when it starts to look a little shaky, you know that he's getting ready to push it to another level. And so that kind of calms us. And tonight we needed that because we got up pretty good. Got a little stagnant, and they went on a run. But all in all, I think we were gritty enough to pull out a big win.
The Hawks were pretty vocal about being unhappy with your teammate, Matthew Dellavedova. How do you guys see him and the way he plays out there?
He plays hard. I think sometimes because it's uncommon for guys to go out there and lay it on the line every single possession in every facet of the game, it's kind of shocking at first. But you look at it, Delly's the guy that's boxing out. He's the guy that's sinking, feeling. He's down there fighting amongst the trees, and he gets no credit, no love. But we know how valuable that is to us, and we respect it.
Does he practice like he plays?
Without a doubt.
What's that like for you guys?
It's everyone knows that that's where you're made, and that's where you build your habits, your principles. Delly helps us do that every day in practice because he doesn't let up a single play.
James, you've gone into closeout games. Take us through what kind of resolve it will take for this team to close the Hawks out on the next game.
You just have to get to 4. However you get to 4, you have to get to 4. But if it's either game 4, game 5, game 6, or game 7, it's going to be the hardest game of the series. Those guys have their season on the brink, and they're competitors, so they're going to bring it.
James, how do you process a game like this? So you fall down early and go up big late, and it's kind of a movement you do whatever you have to do.
You take it one play, one quarter at a time. We had our runs, but at the end of the day, we have to look at the scoreboard at the end of the quarter, the end of the half, the end of the third, end of the fourth, and say, did we, have momentum closing that quarter? And I think that's what we did tonight, and that's the reason we came out with a win.
To see LeBron miss his first 10 shots and still finish with the kind of numbers he did and everything else, have you ever seen him go through anything quite like this in a single night?
I mean, he's played so many games. I'm pretty sure he's had games where he started 0 for 10, 0 for 8, 0 for 9. But you just know he's not going to stop. And you just have to continue to trust that he'll find and make the right pass, that he'll make the shots when we need them. And that's what he did.
Was there any point in there where he himself actually said, you know what, guys, maybe I don't have it, I'm going to facilitate for a while? Was there a tip?
I mean, if you watch the game, I think he was relentless the entire game. So we need him to be that way, and that's what he does for us.